Your Grace Shamal both, and thank you to Father Jose and Father Jijesh for having invited me to give this talk. I was really intimidated because there are such profound and honorable speakers here. So I bring a perspective from the lay person, and my topic is family dynamics. And I'm going to be very brief because there's only 5 minutes. So I remember this when we went to Mother Teresa to bless our marriage. She told us, a family that prays together stays together. And so we celebrate 33 years of our marriage. And we have a young son, and we're trying to teach him the same. Because marriages are crumbling today. Not only that, as previous speakers said, there are no marriages nowadays. The children are afraid to commit, to carry on, and to carry on the faith. So, a family that prays together, yes, it stays together. And if we do pray, then there are a lot of problems that face us today of depression, of anxiety, of suicides, and loneliness, which Mother called the biggest disease today, and it is loneliness. So I think in the last few days you saw the Telegraph daily carried articles right on the front page of suicides by a father and his physically challenged daughter because he didn't know who's going to take care of her. A family that committed suicide and murdered their own family members because they could not face the loans they had built up. So somewhere something is wrong in the society. We need to reach out to people. So while the mother has a big role to play in a child's life, the mother is honored and respected in India, but many studies have shown that the father's presence is very, very important to a child. This is the month of St. Joseph, and we know that through studies that if a mother is taking a child to church regularly, the child may not turn out to be a regular church goer. But if the father is going with the child, then 2/3 of those children will end up going to church. But if only the mother is involved and not the father, it's just 1 in 50. So it's extremely important for the fathers to be involved. The entire talk is based today on the Amoris Laetitia, and His Holiness has focused on the love chapter. We all know that Corinthians chapter 1, 1 Corinthians chapter 13 is the love chapter, and there are many families who read Psalm 91 annually. But if you could also read the love chapter, it would give you great insights on how we should work out in a family. So the key aspects of the dynamics of relationships actually focus on communication systems within the house, how we react with children. So just for an example, if a child has come back from, say, school or college, looks unhappy, worried and anxious, and if we tell them, look, now you have to do this, you have to go and get this, and you have to clean your room, and then you have to get the table ready, they are not ready to take in so many instructions. You have to wait for them to come down to wherever they are coming from, some anxiety, some worry, talk to them, and then tell them to put aside their mobiles and social activity and then talk, and then ask them to repeat. Because if you don't do that, you're going to get angry after some time. I told you to do all this, and why haven't you done it? So I didn't hear you. Very simple. So get their attention. These are the key aspects. We need intimacy in the family. If the husband and wife have love that is shown to the children, then they too will respond to it. This is a very important part of communication. Whatever I say, maybe just 7% would go into what you're receiving. But if my language, maybe the tone of my voice, maybe the emotion that I feel, that reaches out to you more than the verbal words. So remember, when the child comes in and you're throwing things, banging things, getting angry, he's getting in all the anger inputs. But if you're calm, you're sitting and reading something, he feels peaceful also. So we need to keep these in mind. And 55% is body language. So how do you greet the child? Just a tap on the head or a shoulder to lean on, that's what they need. So just going through this, interpersonal family relationship is very important. So what we feel between us as husband and wife, how we express our love and our concern for each other, how the siblings interact. And remember, the child is very, very, sensitive. Even if you have a single child who knows how to play out the father against the mother. So we have to be very careful because they are very, very smart. So these are just some tips to promote spiritual health of families, and I've taken it from the Letitia, the establish a family prayer routine. And this is what His Holiness says: practice gratitude and appreciation, engage in meaningful conversations. So just not how was your day, what did your friends say, what did your teacher say, who appreciated you. These are the things that they need to hear. And cultivate a sense of forgiveness and mercy, because His Holiness says that if you do not practice forgiveness on a daily basis, then you will suffer from mental and spiritual problems. So practice mindfulness and self-care. Create a sacred space in the house. Have a place where you keep change the altar saints that you have, so that children are inspired to know who and why it is. If you're going through physical and mental problems, the best thing to do is to recognize them. So if somebody is not talking or not sleeping well or eating very little or eating too much, then you need to engage them and you need to provide them support. These are just 10 tips from the Apostolic Exhortation by Pope Francis, and this has been very nicely summarized by Father Gilbert SDB. So family prayer, choose a sacred time to pray together. Have a send-off hour every week or at least once a week. Family etiquette, there are 3 words that are very important according to the Pope, which is please, thank you, and I'm sorry. Moral formation of the child is actually the responsibility of the father. I think one of the speakers did mention that faith formation is the responsibility of the father. Catechist parents need to teach children to pray and transmit, and a sacred space, like I said. We need to be a domestic church. Let others know that we as a family exist in prayerful terms, be a charitable family, and pass on the family faith tradition. So with these words, I would like to end. Thank you.